Just like we did in a bookkeeping series, we had tables like expense, income, and fund transfers, which is bank. Here we should have 6 tables to merge. It's quite complicated, so in this video, I will show you how to merge 3 of them. Before that, we need to define something. Let's say indexing the table rows. That means we have to add a sequence under the ref column. Here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I won't go deep here as I'll explain that in details in my accounting tutorial. To download this file for practice, feel free to visit the description of this video. Here you see that the minimum of expense starts from 1. Maximum is 5, where the basics of min max were mentioned before. Income starts from 6. We make the sequence like this because the row numbers can change. Let's say right click here, delete it, and there is one last income row from 14 to 6 to 13, where 14 becomes the first row of bank. Control Z, let me get back to row 14. For the coloring, here I just want to show you which table we look up from. Let's say we can look up item 7 or item 9 like this. Let me copy it here. Let me change it to item 5, whatever. Here, item 5, item should be from income, right? And you see some data besides income here. Let's remove it. What we need to do is using ifs. For example, let me show you how to do it in Excel 2016. For reference, usually I'll create a table first. Control T has headers. We just put cell I-20, lock it, and then colon I-20 again. Like this, but our maximum is only 21. So go back to formula, Shift N, Control X to cut it out, and then if I-20, which is my first cell. Since I'm inside the table, it won't show I-20, but a reference instead. That means it will return whatever column name on where your cursor is pointing. If this one is greater than maximum of the last table, bank, here you see BAK. This name was created before, so you'll see it after you load the file. Otherwise, you need to type the cell reference M15 like that. I prefer to name the cell as I can reuse it. If it's greater than to it, comma, double quote, a dash, that means returning nil. Otherwise, it's not greater than 21, then Control V equals whatever from the row formula. Close the bracket. Oops, how come? Alt Enter. Let me just type it out. Rows, and then I-20. F4 lock it, and then colon. I-20. Close the bracket. Alt Enter. Close the if. The add reference might not work here. Oops, should be using this one. Control C. This is the row which shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's greater than the max BAK21 here, it will return dash. Otherwise, it will just show the row number. Alright, then you see this. Here, when it's greater than 21, it won't show any number. For the column, put in ifs. If the cell here is greater than or equal to 1, remember, and followed by the reference of the concurrent column, is greater than or equal to minimum of 1, which I named it min exp before. And this ref is less than maximum, which is 5 here. Here, oops, Shift N, clear the gray area and wrap around when these two conditions hold. Then it will return expense. I use double quote to wrap around expense because I named it before. Let me close it and show it to you. Control F3 since I already got a table called expense here. See it? Expense, which is here. Alright, let's get back to cell J20. Take out the bracket and move on. comma, usually I'll Alt Enter and copy this part above Control C, Control V. When the reference is greater than or equal to the minimum of income and less than or equal to maximum of income, I'll display income. So change to income here, which is the green part. When it's greater than or equal to the maximum of income here, then it will show income. This is the table name that I defined before. You can do it the other way. Store this in another cell as well. Here I just showed you by typing the name out. It can be really fancy, so I don't go deep here. Just like what we did, left click and then press Shift N. Copy this great formula. Control C, Alt Enter. Control V. Go to bank and just like what we did, minimum of BAK, which is the orange area, and minimum BAK, which is the blue one here, 21. Instead of income, it shows bank. Close the bracket, then it will be like this. You can see NA here, which I want to get rid of that. Take out the bracket and comma, Alt Enter. If this cell is not 1, 2, 3, 4, but equal a dash, comma, return a dash. Close the bracket, okay? Then it will be like this. That's it. I'll talk about what these indirect means in the next video. Ciao.